I think I myself may be a paradox because I have come to give a presentation on challenges which involves technology, and what I'm going to talk about is without any use of technology, maybe except the mic and myself. I think that I don't want to repeat, I've been just having a cursory look at what I've prepared so as not to repeat what the other speakers have been doing. I don't intend to speak anything on what we are doing at Global Indian International School. I leave that aside. But coming to the point, I think one of the biggest challenges that all of us should face is whether we are imparting quality education. Now, I know it's a repeated word time and again, and whether the technology is supporting us in this imparting quality education, or whether technology itself has become the objective in schools. I think that's a pertinent question which we all need to ponder about. Now, when we talk about quality, I think if I talk on that, I may at the end of the day end as more as a problem than a solution. But I don't mind being part of the problem. Maybe we can all pool our ideas together and find a solution. Now, in this context, I would like to say, though quality is on top of the agenda, I would like to put a few questions or two questions in this regard. That is, are we doing the best we can do to enhance quality with the latest technology? I put a statement before whether the technology is the end in itself or whether it has become a means to explore ways and means to qualitative education. In this context, I remember a quote from James Beatty, which I have penned down here, that the ultimate aim of education is not to make or not to tell what people should think, but it should be to make people think. It should be to make people think. And if that is achieved, if people can think analytically at the end of the education that we have imparted and carry on that critical thinking and analysis to the future, even after schooling, then I believe we have achieved our purpose. I don't want to criticize technology. I think the Colonel himself has, to a great extent, put forth the advantages and disadvantages. I don't want to step into that area at all, and he has presented a number of statistics. But I would like to go back to the second question that I would like to ask regarding quality is, are we being, I want to put that in bold terms, are we being the best we can be? I think that's $1 million question that we all are duty bound to answer. Are we being the best that we can be in education? It's a hypothetical question. It is left to each one of us to answer that. And if we in India should face a very important challenge, the elitist schools of course utilize technology to the maximum possible levels. It reaches just a handful of people. And how are we going to face this challenge in the 21st century, where this technology and its advantages should percolate down to the lowest strata of our Indian society? If we are able to do that, then we have faced the challenge squarely. I think I said I'm more being a part of a problem than a solution. Solution, we are all there. However, I am not not painting a grim picture. I'm not sure if the statistics is correct, but however, is my time out? The second question is, in spite of all this technology, hats off to our government for all the efforts they are putting in to reach out to the masses. How and why are there student dropouts? In this I said, I'm not painting a grim picture. The statistics that I could browse from the net tells me that the dropout has come down from 9.1 dropout rate in 2009-10 to 6.9 in 2010-11. I think in this we must give a hand to the government for all the efforts that they have been putting into. When I say government, we all are part and parcel of that, and I think we all deserve a hand. Can we put our hands together for that? Now, how do we still embark on quality? We need to make a diversion, because many schools, with a few exceptions, today operate under the industrial world view reflected in a factory mentality. I will elaborate on that, where students are expected to move through the system simultaneously at the same time, at the same pace, belittling the fact that each student is different, each student should be approached differently. Is that possible in the present scenario where we have crowded classrooms, that too with exceptions, with minimum amenities in most places? So that's the 21st century challenge. That's the 21st century challenge. I'm just passing on because I've got little time left. Now, one key point that has been repeatedly drummed at is that a number of students who have passed through our schools are not really prepared to be part of the workforce in the 21st century because of lack of analytical thinking, lack of communication skills, lack of strategical approach. Now here, there is an approach which has been in economics brought about by Edward Deming after the Second World War to bring up Japan from the shatters of the Second World War. And the revolution came about simply with the one word, quality. Quality. And the revolution was not in product, but in the mindset of the people. In the mindset of the people. Now here again, our mindsets have to change if we want to face the challenges. Our mindset has to change to the concept, going back to Edward Deming, made in Japan later on was synonymous with quality. And the same theory of Edward Deming has been translated into education in Japan. And I must tell you the fact, perhaps one of the most advanced countries in technology still uses the chalk and the board for teaching, even in some of the engineering colleges. So this is where I would like to take you back to my starting point, whether we are simply fascinated by technology and we are using that as the end, not as the means. If we are using that as the end, then we are done for. We will not impart quality education where children are capable of thinking analytically. I don't want to go back to facts on this because my previous speakers have given a number of facts, and I want to conclude because my time is running out. Thanks for listening to me patiently. I want to just come to a conclusion that in this endeavor, we need to involve our student community. the adolescents whom we think are aberrations, we need to involve them in brainstorming what they want, because the father of evolution, Charles Darwin, put it that what we think today is not the best thing for the next generation. They have to put it in perspective. Thank you. Thank you for this opportunity.